Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
Hold on to your butts.
Just when I think they figured that shit out, they go ahead and pull the curtain from up over their heads, and they reveal themselves to be just what we thought they were, a shit football team. The Chicago Bears lose to the Minnesota Vikings 19-13. And, you know, to be honest with you, Luke, in the first half, I thought they were doing some good things. I thought they were moving the ball well. And then all of a sudden, they went back to Nagy ball. They went back to this Nagy ball in the second half. And I don't know if he was in Lazer's back fucking pocket or what, but you reverted to from what you were doing, spreading them out, being able to run the ball. You were running the ball under center. You were running the ball well, and then you strayed away from it. Then you started going through this goofy-ass wildcat formation with Cordero Patterson, and it didn't work. It kept not working, and you kept going to it. I'm confused at where this team goes. There's no playoffs. There's no playoffs. Write that shit off. We're going to lose to the Green Bay Packers in 2 weeks. I'm going to put my pick in 2 weeks is Green Bay 37, the Chicago Bears fucking 10, because you can't do shit with your offense. You were doing something in the first half. Decided, hey, let's be idiots and go back to what we were doing under Matt Nagy. If the shit it all looks the same in the end. The Bears are not a good football team. That's point blank. And you know what? Eddie Jackson is fucking shit. Eddie Jackson needs to make a fucking tackle when it counts. You had an open Kyle Rudolph, first and 20. You just came off a penalty, and you let Kyle Rudolph run for 21 yards because you can't fucking tackle. Eddie Jackson, I've seen it too many times. You're selfish. You're looking for the big play every time because you're a fucking selfish player and you want the glory. Make the goddamn tackle, and they don't go first and 20 from first and 20 to first and 10, marching down your fucking throat.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one thing real quick just to get it out of my system. But watch this. Club Dub, let's go, Club Dub. Kirk Cousins gets his first win on Monday night.
You're a prick.
Let's go, Kirky.
You're a prick, but they deserve it. They deserve that shit. You're a prick.
No, hey. But I'll tell you where everything really. You're not wrong. The offense, I feel like was better. The thing that I'm sorry if I'm Virginia Caskey at this point. Every time you run a play parallel to the line of scrimmage, I'm docking your ass. That is the stupidest goddamn play. You don't have Tyreek Hill out there. You don't have these awesome wide receivers that are going to just be able to bust somebody and take it 60 yards. That is the problem with the Bears offense. This parallel line of scrimmage, jet sweep, all that shit needs to go to the trash.
Shiny bells and fucking whistles shit needs to stop.
I'm sorry.
I'm beside myself, dog. Like, there's no way in hell you went from looking good to, oh, you know what? I think we're going to get them with the same stuff we've been doing for the past 2 years. They're not stupid. They literally sat in two formations, ready to blitz your ass and two deep. That's all we need to do. That's all we need to do, and your ass is beat.
Yeah. No, I mean it's. I mean, obviously we all know where the game changed, and I actually had a bet with Isaac. He was talking, when Dalvin Cook early in the game was talking shit to Akeem Hicks. I was like, don't worry. Akeem Hicks will be gone in the third quarter. And what the fuck happened? Bam, gone. It is what it is. But that was the change, because once he was gone, you saw what they were able to do. They were able to run, get up inside the tackles and get up in them. And I mean, first it's Dalvin Cook. He's going to get it. There's no stopping Dalvin Cook.
They were still shutting him down. He had 30 carries for like 96. I got the stat here. 30 carries, 96 yards, 3.2 average. They were bottling him up. 30 carries for Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook should have 200 and something yards.
Yeah, now listen. Now Go ahead. Now I was gonna say. Now listen to what you just said. This is why Minnesota is effective with Dalvin Cook because they run the ball 30 times. They run the ball 30 times. Run.
This isn't about them wearing down the defense. The defense held them to 19 points. This whole thing is about how the offense continues to be inept. They continue to falter. They continue to march in these idiots who disguise themselves as geniuses and want to go ahead and change the whole culture of the Bears. They talk about culture change or bringing back that monsters of the Midway culture. 85 was 35 fucking years ago. I'm done. Yeah. I don't want to talk about 85. I want to talk about how you're going to fix this offense, how you're going to fix this offensive line, how you're going to find a quarterback. You know what that is, Chicago? No, you don't. You haven't seen one since Jay Cutler. Jesus, Jay Cutler has been the best thing you've seen at quarterback and since Sid Luckman.
No, I don't know. I mean, Grossman was there for the Super Bowl.
Stop with the Grossman.
He was at the Super Bowl, though.
Stop. I don't want to hear that shit. Don't want to hear it. Nope. We're going to go bring in my guy right now. El Jefe. You know him as the Superback. We know him as Sean Sierra. Sean, I'm done, bro. I'm done. This is nowhere near what we expected, but it feels like it's way worse right now.
You know, let me tell you something. I'm livid. I'm freaking living right now. All right, this is a team that the Minnesota Vikings are down to I think they signed some guys off the street for semi-pro as far as cornerbacks. We can't take advantage of any of these bums that they have. They decided to continue to run the ball on us, run it down our throat with Dalvin Cook, and you know you're right. Once Akeem Hicks went out, it was the game set match.
That was it.
Game set match, and you know the bottom line is maybe it's me, but I still fail to see freaking passion. I still fail to see desire. I still fail to see a sense of urgency. And you know what? That pisses me off. That pisses me off because that's not how you play the game. Okay? And it doesn't matter whether it's high school, college, pro, semi-pro, doesn't matter. There's got to be a sense of urgency, and I don't see that with the Bears. Okay? Defense, you see, I think the defense plays because they're so good. Their talent trumps a lot, no pun intended. But their talent allows them to be so good. But I don't see any nastiness. I don't see any peanut punches. I don't see anyone. The only nasty thing I saw today was when Akeem Hicks threw Dalvin Cook. We basically had him on a chokehold and threw him down for like a 1-yard gain. Okay? I need to see more nastiness from this God-blessed team.
Sean, you saw, and I pointed out, and I went, I'm sorry, Eddie Jackson's soft. Soft as baby shit. Eddie Jackson, you need to hit somebody. You need to hit and rap. Like there's too many times I've seen Eddie making a business decision and just give me one of these. Just let me try to knock you down with my shoulder. Eddie, you got a 260-something pound, 6'4" tight end. You need to wrap him up and wait for the cavalry to come and clean up. You can't allow a slow-ass tight end like Kyle Rudolph, who was great, who's great in his own right, and who was a even better athlete earlier in his career, but is not that now. You can't let him go. A 5-yard hitch, go for 21 yards.
Also on that play though, like you saw when they very first wrapped up and they were dancing, you saw Rudolph tiptoeing like he was like on Dancing with the Stars, like he was barely even moving, but he was just like, you know, probably wanted to protect himself, not get hit low. But I mean, still, he was able to keep carrying him, and then bam, down 1 yard after the first down marker.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. The bottom line is knock people down, get them down, and you know this. I don't see if you're going to go after the ball, get the ball out. Mm-hmm. I don't see the peanut punch. I don't see people coming in stripping the ball. You know, first and foremost, first guy has to secure the tackle. That's for starters. The second guy is the guy who comes in and knocks things out. Okay, and the bottom line is you get guys who are they're half-assing trying to get the ball out, and they're not securing the tackle, and that pisses me off because what did you just say? Kyle Rudolph gets it 3 or 4 yards to the line to gain, and then he just continues to move to carry people because they're now at this particular point now he's got momentum. and you don't just want to fall. The thing that I don't get it. Why don't you just fall in front of the guy so he trips over you? I'm tired of this nonsense where you get these guys who continue to go and get 6, 7, 8, 10 yards after someone's already on top of them.
Yeah, and the other thing, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just saying with that exact same tackle, so okay, cool. You've got your arms wrapped around him. Now slide down the big fella, wrap his knees up, his legs, something. You're obviously not going to throw him down high. He's already pushing you. Slide down, wrap his ankles, and let him fall short.
You know, it's so embarrassing. You know, the offense, I mean, how many close calls do we have? Was it Cole Kmet? No, Jimmy Graham and the back shoulder that was missed. The last one to Anthony Miller that he might have been able to make, but his throw needed to be. It needed a little more air under it. There were just so many plays left out on the field. It's not even funny. It's not even funny.
I see too many times that exact play to Anthony Miller. Luke, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm telling you, he's the key to that offense.
Right off the fingertips. Right off the fingertips.
I know.
Just overthrown. Everything, or Anthony Anthony's his own worst enemy, and he either, fumbles the ball or makes a bad play or doesn't come up with it, when you have two hands on the ball and the ball gets tipped up in the air and ends up getting picked off by the safety sitting there in center field behind you. And I'm not going to blame him for that missed throw at the end, but I am going to blame him for that interception. I am going to do that. Like that, too many times do I see you, Anthony Miller, and he made good plays in this game, but too many times do I see you making the boneheaded play instead of going ahead and making the play like the playmaker you're supposed to be.
But I think it. I'm a huge Anthony Miller fan. My problem with the Bears is the Bears don't use him the way he needs to be used. And like I said, you saw him. He got down there. He was there. I mean, if he was able to take one more stride, he probably walks right. He's going to fall into the end zone with the catch. Anthony Miller is not your guy. Like, he's not your corner route guy. Don't try to change his route. Let him, run him across motion prior to the snap. Boom, down the seam. That's where Anthony Miller makes his grabs. Or let him go to the outside. He's a straight runner guy. That's what he is. You get him going on these different routes and stuff like that. He's not going to do much. But you get him going straight down the field and try to catch him. Maybe a safety drops down and he blows by a safety or something like that. That's where Anthony Miller is dangerous. And I'm glad to see that Laser, out of everything else that happened tonight, I'm glad to see that Laser seems to almost understand that. And he actually did try to get Anthony Miller involved much. But on the other flip side of that, while he was doing that, there wasn't too much Allen Robinson tonight. And I have a feeling Allen Robinson is done and fed up with the Bears, and it's time for greener pastures.
Wouldn't you? I mean, make a business decision if you're him. You got a crappy offensive line. You have a crappy quarterback, two of them. Okay, one of them probably won't be here next year, Mitch. Okay, and the fact of the matter is, think about all the crappy quarterbacks he's played with since college. Yeah. And so when they didn't get a contract extension done with him, I'll tell you what, I think he was happy as a pig in slop.
Well, now he holds all the cards.
Hold that thought. We're gonna go ahead and bring in our guy. You know him from What's Up Cuz on Mondays from 6 to 8. Jason Palmer. Jason, what's up, man? Like, another ugly ass loss. It's the same old. I want to say it's Groundhog's Day. It's Groundhog's Day with this team again.
Well, Ivan, I probably talked you into it on the show earlier when I said we're confident in our kicker. Our kicker got us 6 points. Our offense got us 0. The second thing is I also kind of jinxed this. I said, what would happen if we lose Nick Foles?
And there you go.
We lose
Thanks,
Nick Foles.
Jason.
And I think it looks like a hip injury. If you ask me, I think it's a hip injury.
That's what I thought.
But I really think it's a hip injury because he did not move that leg at all, that right leg. I think he landed on the hip and dislocated it, possibly fractured it. It's time to blow the whole thing up, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. Alex Smith just said it on the post-game show as well. It's that time. And it's sad. it's really sad because this team had so much potential the last 2 years after that first year with Matt Nagy, and the league has figured him out. And I told you, Sean, on one of our shows that the key was if he loses the locker room. I think we're getting close to that. I agree with what Luke said. I think Eddie Robinson is checking the hell out.
Eddie Jackson?
Eddie Jackson and Robinson too.
Allen
Robinson.
Oh yeah,
too.
dude, Allen Robinson don't want to be here doing that. And I just said before you came on, I don't blame him. I don't blame him one iota for not wanting to be in this cesspool of garbage on this offensive side of the ball.
Yeah. And Eddie, and our safety giving us any tackling, like Ivan said. All he wants to do is intercept the ball. If he can't intercept the ball, he's not going to hit nobody.
This BU mentality is like a cancer. It's me. He wants to intercept. Yeah, go after the big play, Eddie. But we need you to be a football player first. Yep. You need to be a football player. Make the tackle. It's just you and him. He has his back turned to you, and you just want to give him your shoulder, Eddie. Don't you want to lay into him? Don't you want to rip open that side of his? No, you want to go ahead and give him this little shoulder check and go ahead and land flat on your face. And then once you go ahead and poke and joke about it later on the sideline. Because I always see he's smiling and cracking jokes when he's getting burnt downfield. And
Sean, you said it best too. They're not showing no intensity, man. They ain't got enough dogs on the team. They got dogs, man. You can have
the Cordero Patterson run back right there should have been enough to light everybody's ass on fire. And that didn't happen.
That should have been the Uncle Mo should have switched sides that particular point. Uncle Mo, and for those of you who don't know, it's momentum. Momentum should have shifted on that side, and that's when you just pin your ears back. You got the lead. You just regained the lead with a freaking kick return for a touchdown. If that doesn't fire you up, I don't know what in God's name is going to fire you up. A guy who runs 104 yards back for a touchdown after they just took the lead, and you're like, boom, well, now we just retook the lead. That's got to fire you up, and it didn't. And I'm telling you, you're right. I truly think that so many of these guys have checked out. I think, and it's tough to be mad at them at the defense because you're asked to do this every single freaking week. Every single, we talked about it before. When Tayshaun Gibson had a drop, not Tayshaun, the linebacker Roquan Smith had a drop pick 6. Okay, and they need to make those plays. Defenses shouldn't have to make those plays. Okay, if they make them great, it helps, but they need to make those plays in order for this team to win. And that's a lot of pressure that you're asking a defense to be an offense. You're asking a defense not just to stop the other team from scoring, but also score. That's not their job, is to score. If it happens, great. Their job is to stop the other team from scoring and put the offense in good field position, not stop them and score points. Because if you're stopping them and scoring points, what the frick is the offense doing? Not a goddamn thing.
And to your point, Sean and Jason, I want to talk about this. The first couple plays are the first 2 drives for the Bears on offense. You get a fumble. You knock the ball out of Kyle Rudolph's hands. I think it was his first fumble in his career.
Right, 100%.
His career. You get Kyle Rudolph's first fumble of his career. You recover it, and you're looking good. First play, didn't care for it. Didn't care for it because we've seen it too often. Quick screen, screw that, throw it away. Then
here's a crazy idea: you go for the big one after a big play.
Exactly.
Go up top after a big play, and that's what you call your best deep ball. Okay, if they're going in cover 2, good. Send someone up the middle, send someone to the corner, send someone to the other corner. So now you got 3 guys going deep versus 2 defenders. So what are you going to do? Who are you going to do? Who are you going to cover? And then you still got the tight ends underneath. So go deep. You get a sudden change, you go deep right away.
Right. So the following play was the pass to Anthony. In the pocket, look, honestly, Sean and Jason, like the pocket was there the first half. First half was there. So the second and ensuing play, you got Nick Foles climbs the pocket, looks good, delivers a ball that was a little behind Anthony Miller, but you have to come down with it. It's like he quits in midair. It's like, oh man, that's too. I'm done. Like it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfectly laid in my hands. I'm not going to make the play. You can't have that. Back to like you just had a huge play. Your defense just got you the ball back, and the second thing you do is turn the ball over to the defense again.
Well, and I'll get to the point because I know Sean is going to get to it, so I want to beat him to it. The pass where we had Jimmy Graham running the wheel route first half.
Oh, I already talked about it. Hell yeah. Back shoulder fade. Right there.
Foles missed that pass. That was a touchdown. That was a touchdown waiting to happen, and Nick missed the pass. And the play call late there in the fourth quarter, where we're in two-down territory. It's 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 4. And you run another one of them dumbass screens or whatever. And I'm like, what are you doing?
They're running, So for our viewers, they tried to run a tunnel screen with Allen Robinson, and that shit got blown up right away. So it was I don't understand. I don't understand that that mentality. You have them coming in on the blitz, right? First, they were dialing up pressure consistently. They were disguising it when they dropped back. There was a couple times where they got them, but they were coming most of the time. Where was that? Where was the conventional screen? Where was Artis Pierce most of the game? Where was Lamar Miller most of the game? They just disappeared.
On that play, it's again, football. It's not rocket science, and on those screens. And mind you, we used to run those screens at Holy Cross. And we're talking 89, 90, 91, 92. Okay? And we would run that screen to death, and we were very good at it. And then but we had something come. We had a play off of that where if a team was able to have some success stopping us on one of those bubble screens, what we would do is still bubble screen action, but the lead blocker he'd go fake, and then he'd sneak out past the DB because the DB is going to try to run through him to step up and make the play. Okay, so basically like a screen, but he's releasing downfield, and we've had, and I can't tell you how many times we've had success and we scored touchdowns, we got first downs, kept the chains moving, all because you set something up early in the game. And you know what? If the Bears continue to run that stupid ass bubble screen, no problem. But you got to come off it. You have to have another play off of that because people think you're going to run it. And when defenses get comfortable and they see something that they think that they know is happening, that's when you attack them. That's when you gash them, and that's when they're like, well, "I thought you had, but I thought you had," and this guy's going for 6. And the inability of the offensive coaches, and I was hoping, and don't get me wrong, I liked a lot of the things that Laser did. I did like a lot of the things. There's a lot of things he needs to work on, but I liked a lot of the things he did. Like that, you have to be prepared. You understand? Like again, if I think of this, like I'm not getting paid 6 figures to do this. It's not my job, but I can tell you what the hell works. And it's frustrating as Bear fans when you see it. Okay, and when you see it, you know how simple one adjustment could be. Imagine that tunnel screen at the end. Who's lead blocking? It was Allen Robinson, so Anthony Miller maybe. I don't remember who was leading. You have Anthony Miller go up and hit.
I think they had Jimmy Graham or Ridley out there.
Perfect. Riley Ridley, whose name I didn't hear very much at all again today. Okay, you go up, you try to block him, and that dude swims you, and he thinks he's a world beater because he just went by you. Guess what? Now you go right up the field. Nick Foles hits you, first down, maybe touchdown. Small things like that you set this thing up all game, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and you use it last minute. So when you're down and you're down 4 and you need a big play, that's when you use it. So you know what? This offense is ridiculous, and it's time. It's time.
Yeah.
I hate to agree with you on that, but I think you're right. It's time to blow this whole thing up. The hell with everything, and just go back and just be a little mediocre charter franchise because no one gives a damn about this. We talked about this morning. Give me somebody with passion. Give me somebody who loves this franchise, not loves the 6 figures that they're making for whatever job they're doing. Someone who loves and has a passion for this franchise to put this franchise back on top where it should be. But no, we don't have those type of people. We have professional people who want to do it for their job.
Yes,
that.
men, Sean. Yes, men, Sean. They have yes men. Ted Phillips, 20 years of ineptitude. You're not anything of a football mind. You run nothing like a football organization should be run. You run a, how do I say it? You run. It's a good old boys club. You're part of the family. Like if you're in, you're in, and if you're out, you're out. Like that's how they run things. So like for me, you get these yes men. You're surrounding yourselves with these yes men. These people who just want to leech off of this name, off of the charter franchise's name, and this is what you get. You get slopped together football disguised as something innovative.
I also want to bring up a thing. I know you got the stats pulled up, Ivan. Tell me how many times Allen Robinson and Mooney touched the ball.
Oh, hold on.
I can tell you Allen Robinson had 6 receptions.
9 targets for Allen, 6 receptions. Mooney, 2 receptions, 2 targets, and Miller, 7 targets, 2 receptions.
Now tell me how many times Cordero Patterson touched the ball.
2.
And a lot of those are behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, so he had two receptions. He had
14 carries. Yep.
Exactly my point. Cordero, and you saw it. Minnesota knew when Cordero Patterson was in the backfield, guess who's getting the ball? They knew it. I understand he's a big guy, but here's the thing. Cordero Patterson is not run through traffic and then break out 60 yards. Cordero Patterson is give me a 10-yard lead and then let me run and make a move. I understand. I understand you're short at running back. I get that. I totally understand that. And every now and then you can pull things off like that. Use him as a dummy sometimes. Send Pierce out on a wheel route. Get somebody else throw him back inside. Let him beat a linebacker. But like when you put him back there and the defense knows what's happening, what good is he?
Dude, they had Pierce running in between the tackles.
Right.
They had Lamar Miller on 2 plays pretty much. Well, two
pass receptions,
flat routes, and that was it. Why didn't you run him between the tackles?
Why aren't you going?
This guy. This is the ineptitude of this freaking offense and offensive scheme. You just got this guy. This guy was an All-Pro in 2018. Okay, before he tore his ACL in 2019. So this guy is legit. He can play. Use him. He had no carries whatsoever at all. He had 2 receptions, no carries. Why the hell are you bringing him off the goddamn injured list if you're not going to use him? Mm-hmm. This is a guy who was a stud. This is a guy who is a person who can make you miss. Why does he have only 2 carries, 2 touches? Why? 2 receptions. Why? This is the ineptitude of this team. Because if you're ready to go, I'm feeding you. Okay, mm-hmm. Cordell Patterson, I like you. I think you're a nice guy, but you're not a running back. Lamar Miller's a running back. Lamar Miller's a running back, and a running back who can run the ball, a guy who can catch the ball in the backfield, a guy who can make you miss, a guy who can stop and start. Why not use him? You brought him off the injured list, the IL. Use the son of a gun. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. So apparently the ineptitude still stays the same. It doesn't matter. You don't put your players in the best position to be successful. And that's why we're freaking 5-5 after we started off 5-1.
Jay, something that Luke always, like me and him, talk about back and forth is if you have these playmakers, if you got a Cordero Patterson, then match him up in the backfield with the Lamar Miller. If you have 2 of these guys, put them back there so you have a dual threat. Right. I don't understand why you go solo when they're keying in on that one guy, which is Cordero Patterson. I thought they should have been able to mix in a good running attack with all their running backs tonight, even though the 2 that were coming in weren't necessarily a part of the team or a household names.
The thing about it that I really don't understand is that these are professional football coaches.
Preach.
No, I'm being real. I mean, these are professional football coaches, yet they're doing things or not doing things that a good high school coach would do, or a person who plays PlayStation would do. Let me give them a couple of options to keep them off balance. Every time I see Cordero Patterson back there, I know he's getting the ball. And today we ran him in the Wildcats, so I knew he was getting the damn ball.
Exactly.
My wife, who doesn't even watch football, said he throws the ball too. I said, no, and she knows nothing about football.
Right. Vernon Fairley says Bears might as well lose out for a good draft pick. Oh, wait. They still can't draft a quarterback or O-line. I mean, is he wrong? Is he wrong?
No, he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. Vernon, thanks for your comment, but you are not wrong. You are not wrong. And that's the frustrating part of this is that you're right. We'll tank and we'll go take a guy out of Ashland University as our new quarterback on some online university. Come on, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
another thing I thought was a huge turning point in the game, fellas, and to his credit, they did hold him accountable and benched him the rest of the game. Was when our punt return in Harris, that fumble, man. We just had the momentum, and you just gave it right back to. I think that was a key. You talked about Uncle Mo earlier, Sean. I think that was the key Uncle Mo turning moment, man, because you just took everybody's energy to hell down with that play.
Yeah,
you know, part of it is there's a loser's mentality. Okay, because we don't have anybody who went up to him and yelled at him, because you know damn well what you did wrong. We don't have people like this. Stay positive. No, sometimes you need a foot in your ass. Okay, this is an alpha male sport, and you don't just go, hey, okay, you stay positive, guys. Yay! Might as well give them three snaps of the Z formation if that's the kind of crap you're gonna put. I don't always need that positive shit. I need a foot in your ass sometimes because you screwed up. Okay, and I need you to say, hey, listen, don't do that again. You screw up again, you're done. You're cut. That's the bottom line. Where are the people from the Jimmy Johnson school of coaching?
Barry Switzer.
Jimmy Johnson
Anybody.
did not care. Jimmy Johnson, you want a job? Then I need you to do this. You can't do this? We'll find somebody else. And you'll be working here for 1 week and 1 week only. There's no one with a sack. There's no men coaching men. There's no alpha males coaching alpha males, and it's frustrating to watch. Be positive. Wait, we can do it. No. Get your ass in there. You're getting paid 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures. Okay, act like a professional.
That's a negative comment, Sean. You can't ask those questions to Matt Nagy. It's a negative comment, Sean. You can't ask those questions to Matt Nagy. The Bears might as well draft a quarterback from Chicago State University. JP.
If we had a football team.
They got an real team.
It doesn't matter if we have a football team. We'll take the best guy, the guy who can throw the furthest. We'll take him.
I just got one question.
On Lance's basketball team, who's the most athletic? Draft him as a quarterback.
Right. I just have one comment and then 2 predictions. So the first comment, or actually not comment, but question, is listen to what you have at wide receiver. You have Mooney, you have Miller, you have Robinson, and you could put Cordero out there. Why are they not running three to one side, Miller, Robinson, Cordero out there to that side, and then leaving Mooney over on the left? I mean, like, you have these guys that can run these routes. Even if they're running the routes and they're not catching the ball, they still have to respect it. So that's my huge question about the Chicago offense. My 2 predictions, though, are going to be when they play Green Bay. If Foles isn't able to go and Trubisky's still not able to go, I think it's going to be a blessing. You're going to see a better Chicago offense, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's not going to be fucking fancy. It's going to be football 101 because Tyler Bray is not the smartest guy on the field, and it's going to be trimmed down. They're going to trim off all the fat and make it easy for him to go. And my second prediction is in 4 years, the Chicago Bears will have a juggernaut offense, but no defense to back it up.
Yep. I can see that.
That's rough. I mean, they're going into the bye week. Lord knows.
God.
Lord knows we need it. I don't know if they need it, but we need it.
No, yeah, we need it a lot more than they need it. And they need to keep practicing all week.
And then you come out and you're against Green Bay. All right, you've now got to start playing everybody within your division now, because this is only your second division game all year. So now you can already play all these division opponents.
Yep.
Your
Two Panthers, a
confidence,
Viking, and a Lion. Yep.
your confidence is at a low. Your offensive line is in shambles. You don't know now who's going to be your quarterback. Your defense is getting frustrated. You still got a good kicker, and you got a punt returner. Those are your positives. Well, you know what? And they did well discipline-wise tonight. They didn't commit a lot of penalties.
That's true. That is
They
true.
didn't get called a lot of penalties because that Jalen Johnson was a little. I like. Don't get me wrong, but he was a little aggressive on quite a few plays that they could have dropped the laundry on there. But at the end of the day, they didn't call. So,
Hey, you know what, man? It is what it is. In my opinion, my thought on this whole night was, you know, Sean, I thought last week you hit it on the head when you said you were embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
To be a Bears fan, and I couldn't think that they could trump it this week, but they did. They've embarrassed us again. And it's not that, you know, I know Bill Lazor, it's his first game calling the plays, and me and Luke were talking about it. I don't think you can necessarily be totally upset because 1 week to establish your game plan.
when you don't have plays because
Right.
you know he's running all of Matt Nagy's plays.
Exactly.
These are the only plays that anyone's allowed to run. So even though the play calling is taken away from Nagy, you're still running Nagy's plays, and that's what. Remember this morning when we talked, I said I want to see what kind of flow he gets into. Okay, he's got to pick and choose from the Matt Nagy's offensive handbook which plays I like, which plays that give this offense a sense of flow about them. And and hopefully now they got the bye, so now he should be able to create some plays or have plays for him that he feels comfortable with, not Matt Nagy's plays that he feels comfortable with, plays that Lazor likes that he feels comfortable with. And now we got to wait 2 weeks until the Sunday Night Football matchup against the Packers, where we're probably going to be even more freaking embarrassed.
You also have to wait to see who your quarterback's going to be against Green Bay too. So that can change. That can change play calling as well.
I feel
Good
like
point, Luke. Good point. Really good point.
I feel like it's going to be like you said. I think it's going to have to be stripped down. I think you going into this bye, it's just good for Lazor. It's good for the overall health of your team if you can convince them to stay with this season. Because like you guys have been saying, like it seems to me quickly like the life of this team, the effort, the will of this team is just deflating. Like there's no want to in this team left. And I just feel like if they don't go ahead and realize that going into this bye week, if they don't take the bye week as a blessing, I feel like this team is just going to continue to be the same over and over and over again, and it's gonna end with Matt Nagy's firing at the end of the season. You can't tell me from last year that things are gonna start getting serious and then things look like this. It just can't be.
I got 5-1 and have like an 87% chance of making the playoffs, and then fail to make the playoffs.
Right.
Then he's done. He's got to go.
I got a question for you guys, though, and it kind of hits on what Sean had said earlier about this being an alpha male sport. Let me ask you guys, who runs the Chicago Bears?
The defense.
A woman.
See what I'm saying?
Virginia.
Ivan, who runs the Bears?
To be honest, I don't even think Virginia runs the Bears.
That's the problem.
Right.
But see, that's the problem. We've got 3 different answers.
Right.
And I'm sitting here like, damn, I really don't know.
Right.
If you think about it, that's why everything else below it falls apart. We don't know who runs. We just know it's the McCaskey family. That's kind of like the answer we all get, the McCaskey family. Well, who? Well, the one guy unfortunately died this year, Michael. So we know he's not doing it. This is the problem with this organization. There's nobody at the top. There's not an alpha male at the top. Or, for all I care, it could be an alpha female. Hell, the Miami Marlins.
Someone with a sack who can make the decision, male or female.
Somebody who wants to make the decisions.
You got to have somebody who can do that, man. And I don't see that nowhere in this organization. So, yeah, we'll get rid of Matt Nagy, but who's going to get rid of Ryan Pace?
That's the problem right there.
And then who's going to get rid of Ryan Pace's boss? You see what I'm saying? So it's just a constant conundrum we're in Because there's no one person at the top who said, okay, I am in charge. The buck stops with me. I have never heard anybody in the Bears organization come out and say the buck stops with me.
You're right.
Yeah, no, I agree 100% with that. But I think what it is, to honestly tell you the truth, is I think what you really see on the Bears, and this is amongst the players. Take management out of it. We already know that that's in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Nagy and an inept offense. But what I really feel like is going on with this team is the defense doesn't have faith in the offense. So the defense is just kind of like, well, let's just go out here and go through it because we know we're going to come right back out. And I mean, it's the defense. Yeah, I mean, it's the defense. Like, they're just like, dude, are you serious? Like, we're doing everything we can. And we have nothing to back it up. If we don't score 6, we're not scoring 6.
You're absolutely right. I feel like they're sometimes
the defense is giving up on the offense.
They're just playing back because they know they got to go right back out. They know they have to reserve some type of energy because they're going to have to go right back out and get marched downfield because they're exhausted. Back-to-back plays to start the game. You put your defense, or back-to-back drives. You put your defense right in the same spot they were after they got the ball back for you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know the total plays for tonight's game? I got them.
Go ahead, Jay.
Minnesota had 70. The Bears had 50.
70 plays.
So there you go. You're out there for 70 plays. Well,
and 30 wasn't it 30 of them?
We'll say
Dalvin Cook.
We'll say 69 because on the last one they took a knee.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a meme floating around a couple years ago with Tony Romo, and when I saw Nick Foles go down and stay down, it popped in my head, and that was the one where Tony Romo broke his back, and you had the kids from Boys in the Hood standing over him saying, "You want to see a dead body?" That was the first thing that went through my head. I was like, he is done. It is trouble in Chicago. But dude, I'm telling you, if it is Bray against Green Bay, I think you see, and I'll tell you what, I think tonight's game plan would have worked better against Green Bay than it did Minnesota because Green Bay cannot stop a run up the middle to save their life. So
but they've also played against professional offensive lines, not like ours.
Well, that's true. And they have the quarterback. I mean, so that's what it is. But I feel like if Bray comes out there, they have to get rid of a lot of these knick-knack parallel to the line of scrimmage plays. And they have to throw it down the field, or at least get in the tight ends. Where were the tight ends today?
Nowhere.
None. Hey, real quick, there's a breaking news, and we'll talk about this on Wednesday. This NBA. I know it's the Bears post-game show, but the New Orleans Pelicans are trading Drew Holiday to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks are sending George Hill and a haul of draft picks consisting of not 1, not 2, but 3 first rounds and 2 future draft swaps.
Oh my God!
What in the world are they doing?
For Drew Holiday?
Is that a precursor that Giannis is going to stay?
Is Rick Hanna working for the Pelicans now? Is that where he went? Is that where Rick Pelicans? What? He placed this to? Jesus, that's ridiculous. So we'll definitely talk about that on Sean and Maya on Wednesday, man. That's
general managers are losing their mind, fellas, in every single sport.
Well, it's just bad. You're starting to see it across multiple sports now. Like these front offices of some of these teams. You're like, I mean, the only one that really stands out to me that's really did a good job in the past couple of years is the San Francisco hiring John Lynch. Outside of that, like a lot of these,
he's a football guy.
Right, exactly. No, he's 100%
making football decisions. When you get a person who needs to make decisions, and they're a football person making football decisions, you get good things that happen.
I'm a little biased, but I feel like Mike Allstott needs to come home and take the GM manager position for the Bears.
That's
a tenacious guy.
We talked about it before. Bring my guy Mark Sadowski, elevate him from the director of scouting to GM. That's a dude who's from Bridgeport. That's a dude who is passionate about what did I just talk about a few minutes ago? A guy who's passionate about bringing this organization back to where it should be. And you know, it's not for him. It's not about the paycheck. For him, it's about getting the Bears back to where they need to be. Right. And that's man.
I'll say this too. John Gruden looking like a genius right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
John Gruden like a genius, and man, he's a football coach. He a football coach.
What are they quieted, like 5-2, 5-3, something like that?
Well, they just beat Denver. They just beat Denver yesterday, right?
They've already beat the Chiefs. They've already beat the Chiefs. They've already beat the #1 head dog in their division.
Yeah, they're second in the AFC West. It looks like they are. They're second in the AFC West.
Right by the Chiefs.
6-3, baby. They 6-3.
Yep.
Yeah, got it.
Revenge of Chucky, baby.
All right,
Derek Carr quietly coming along.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. I'm exhausted. I've been up all day. I've been doing this. I've been all day and all day yesterday too. But I just want to leave us with this. It's hard to hear Sean say it, me say it, Jason. You haven't said it yet, but to be embarrassed to be a Bears fan, like that's saying a lot. It's saying a lot. To be embarrassed to be a Bears fan, because damn well Bears fans will beat their chest no matter if they're shitty or not. But when you're playing like this, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Jason, go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you and let them know about What's Up Cuz on Mondays.
Yeah, so the Bears have a bye week next week, but What's Up Cuz? We are going full strong next Monday, 6 to 8. We are going full basketball show. We're going to talk the NBA. We're going to talk the NBA draft, which takes place on Wednesday, what the Bulls are going to do. We've got Chris Collins, the head coach of Northwestern University. He's coming on. We're going to talk some college basketball. And we are getting very, very close to getting an NBA referee.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Jason.
So, yeah, we got a serious conversation I need to have with some of my brothers. And
some of your Penguin brothers.
Yeah. So that's gonna be fun, man. So looking forward to tuning in next Monday, 6 to 8. What's up, cuz?
F.A., go ahead.
Guys, make sure you tune in to Sean and Maya in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. to noon Central Standard Time. And the NBA draft is this Wednesday, so we're gonna have some good guests. It's gonna be Bear heavy and NBA draft heavy because the draft is Wednesday night. So make sure you tune in. Maya will be back with us. And man, I'm scared to hear what Maya's got to say. She's gonna be mad. Ooh, Charlie. So it's gonna be good. Make sure you tune in, guys. Make sure you download our app. Okay, wherever you get your apps from, Sports Zone Chicago, please do that. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, and also like us on Facebook, Sports Zone Chicago. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. Hey, listen, we got some of the best shows. You talk about, What's Up, Cuz. You talk about having Chris Collins on there. You mentioned you're also working on getting Mo Cheeks. You had mentioned that was those have been in those talks were in the works. So What's Up, Cuz, one of the best shows we have out there. Check it out along with the Windy City Fantasy, along with the Smoke Fellas. Along with Hell Tech Hall, the new revamped Hell Tech Hall. So we got a lot of good shows, guys. Make sure you check out Sports Zone Chicago. We got all your Chicago sports needs covered.
And don't forget, we're here every time you see a football game. So we're here too. But the guys, thank you for coming on, man. I love when you guys now. And Jason, your first time coming on. I love it. We got to keep doing this thing. And honestly, I hope next week or in 2 weeks, rather,
Sunday Night Football.
It'll be a surprise victory for the Chicago Bears. But I'm not going to hold my breath.
And I'm still gonna fly my flag. I'm still gonna fly my flag and wear my shirt, even up here in Wisconsin, in the middle of Green Bay territory. They may rock my house, but Sean know I got guns. So,
Jason, I can't lie, Jason. You threw me off. I thought for sure when I saw the Prince picture back there, I was like, well, wait a second. Where's this guy from?
All right, guys, man. Have a good night. Thank you. Still bear down, but hopefully in 2 weeks they figure something out.
Yep.
Something. All right, fellas. Have a good night.
Later.
Have a good one.
Man, dude, that was a rough loss for the Chicago Bears.
I'm sorry, dude. If I had the Bears on Madden, I would try to make that play. I'm telling you, if you load up Miller, Robinson, and Cordell Patterson to one side and throw Mooney on the other, dude, I don't give a shit what defense you're playing. Somebody's going to catch the ball.
It doesn't matter if you can't block a soul to save
your
life.
I get that. But at the same time, dude, you have speedy guys out there. Not all of them have to run deep. Someone can run a 5-10 yard route, a quick route. but at least the defense has to respect the fact that you have 3 burners on one side, and they have to respect that.
Yeah, I mean they got to respect it, but the thing is that you've all this is just too little, too late. Like you needed to have Bill Lazor in all season long. Why do you continue to hire an offensive coordinator? Why hire an offensive coordinator?
We've talked about that. I've been talking about that for forever. We've talked about it. Like, I don't give a shit what tree. I don't give a fuck if Matt Nagy was on the fucking burning bush in the fucking Bible. I don't give a fuck if Jesus was his fucking tree of coaches. That motherfucker needs to go. He needs to go. Him and Pace. Get him the fuck out of there. I'm gonna tell you, I swear to God, mark my words. The Chicago Bears in 4 years will have a juggernaut offense and not anybody to stop the other team. I promise you that.
I believe you. All right, that's it for me. I'm done. I'm out of beer. I think there's some wine left. I might go ahead. I might just go finish the box.
Drown your sorrows, man. Drown your sorrows, because I'll probably drown in mine come Monday night when the Rams put it on fucking Tampa heavy.
Yeah, like I said, you took a loss to the Saints. That was huge.
Yeah.
I'm on a 4-game snide here with this team, and I honestly, it's going to be 5. I'm telling
you, I swear to God, if Tyler Bray is your quarterback, I swear to God that offense looks much different, probably like an offense should, just because you're going to trim all the fat and all that gimmick bullshit, and he's going to have to just run high school football. Elementary shit.
You'll see more Bill Lazor offense than you'll see the remnants.
Like I said, I mean, give the guy time.
He'll have time. He'll have time to build an offensive scheme, build some plays out of other plays. He'll have time, and now he'll have time to work with Tyler Bray because it looks like he's going to be the starting quarterback.
Right. Well, unless is Mitch out for the season, or how long is he out for?
Who gives a shit at this point?
I don't.
Mitch was out. I think it goes in he's dated. He's week to week or something. But I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah. Well, they'd be smart not to have him hurt and then not be able to trade him or fucking something at the end of the year. Who knows? But I swear to God, I really do think that. I think because the Bears always play the Packers. The Bears defense always plays the Packers offense pretty tough.
Right.
And Bakhtiari is a wizard. Being hurt and then signing a fucking $100-something million contract. So that's great. But I mean, like I really, really do feel like the Bears are going to beat the Packers.
Hey, we'll see. I mean,
with a trimmed down, slimmer fucking playbook
and a backup quarterback. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. I'm done for the night. This has been the Basic Monsters podcast. Luke, thanks for coming out, joining and shit. It's just, like I said, it's become embarrassing to march out.
No pun intended?
No pun intended whatsoever. No, I'm saying pun intended because they're a joke.
Yeah.
Because you're a joke right now as a football team. All right, guys, we're out of here. This has been the Basic Monsters podcast on Sports Zone Chicago. I want to thank Jason Palmer and Sean Sierra for joining us. Until Thursday night, we're going to go see y'all later.
We'll be back again.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
Hold on to your butts.